Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will show you how to run the idle home autosave script without dealing with false positive virus protection errors. We will do this by running the code directly via the Python script file itself and not compiling it into an exe file. This also allows us to examine the code if you are curious as to what it is doing. To start off, we are going to download the Python script package. Navigate to the idle home autosave script page and click the green code button in the top right of the corner of the page and select download zip. This will download the latest code that has been released so far. Now we can open the zip file and we can extract that file into C:\scripts idle home autosave. If you did this correctly, you should see three files in the folder: autosave.py, which is the script file, readme.md, which is a readme file, and requirements.txt, which lists the libraries needed to run the script. Now we will download and install Python. You can skip this step if you have already installed Python. We can find the Python here at python.org. We're going to go to downloads and we're going to look for download for Windows Python 3.11.3. That's the latest version as of the writing of this video. So let's click this button. And then once it's downloaded, we can run the installer. Before doing anything, when you run the installer, make sure you check the checkbox that says add python.exe to path. And then click install now. If a admin pop-up comes up and asks you whether to allow and say yes or no, just click yes and it will start installing Python 3.11.3. Okay, once Python is installed, we now have one more thing we need to do. We need to install the libraries for the script. So I'll close the installer and we'll go to our script folder where we installed the script. And we're going to, let me close this. We're going to open the requirements file. And you'll notice there's a library called Pyperclip that this script requires. So I'm just going to copy that library name. And then we're going to go to CMD. And I'm going to right click on command prompt and click run as administrator. And if the pop-up comes up, say yes. And now while we're in here, we're going to install Pyperclip. You do that by typing pip, that's P-I-P, install, and then we can put in Pyperclip. So it's pip install Pyperclip, and then we'll press enter. And this might take a moment. And you can see you might get something about a new release or of pip or whatever, but ultimately you'll see a message that says successfully installed Pyperclip 182. That's all we really need. So now we can go ahead and close the command prompt and the requirements file. And we are now ready to try to run the script. So let's double click autosave.py and see what happens. And you should see two windows pop up. One looks like a blank command window, but then you'll see this window pop up for the idle home autosave script. We're pretty much ready to use the script now, but we should go ahead and do some other things in VRChat. So let me go ahead and load up VRChat. So I've logged into the idle home world on VRChat. And one of the first things we need to do is we actually need to go into our settings menu. and scroll all the way to the bottom. And there's a section called debug, and you need to make sure logging is enabled. If your log, like it looks like a piece of paper, it says log. If that button is like this, it looks blue, white, then you're good to go. So logging is enabled. From here, what we can do is we can go ahead and load in our save on the idle home world. So I'm going to go grab my save right quick. All right. And now my save has been loaded. So now that we're running, we can go ahead and configure the autosave script. For the path, I'm just going to set it to the same script path, which is c:\scripts idle home autosave. I'm going to select the folder. And then for the name of the file, I'll just type in idle home -autosave.txt. And for time in seconds, I'll type 60. And then you can click Start. This text file, this text box down here shows a bunch of different log messages, so we can see that the script is running. Currently, it hasn't found any new saves yet. So what I'll do is I'll leave this running for now until we find a new save, which can take approximately 10 minutes. I'll make sure to cut the video so that it's faster for you guys. And now we've reached a point where it's actually logged a autosave. You can see there's a message. It says 1 new saves found. So what we can do is we can open the idle home autosave text file, and you'll notice that it has the autosave string. From here on, you should be good to go. There may be some other settings that you need depending on your various needs. Some people have reported if they're in public worlds or there's a lot going on, you might need the ignore 1,000 lines limit checked. The script is changing all the time and updating to become more and more robust. So try to keep up to date, and I hope this helps.